Starting with some music news, Friday night, Paul McCartney surprised people at New York's Grand Central Station and did a concert. Now, the invited guests who got to see like a special area, sit in a special area, Bon Jovi, Meryl Streep, Amy Schumer, Kate Moss, and Steve Buscemi.
Does Kate Moss get a whole seat?
So they were in like a seated area kind of behind a black curtain, but everyone who went to Grand Central could hear the concert. And this was all done to promote his new album called Egypt Station. And he said he wanted to go play someplace very cool, which he did underneath the chandelier in front of a giant clock just off of the 42nd Street entrance. He performed Let It Be, Can't Buy Me Love, Hard Day's Night. And then at one point, he could not remember how to sing Blackbird.
Yeah.
He started, stopped, started, stopped. Fans were trying to help him, like saying some of the lyrics. He said, I know this song. I wrote it. This is really frustrating.
Super funny, but I've seen it five times at least. I remember when everybody went after Steve Perry? No, wait, who's Aerosmith?
Steven Tyler.
Steve Tyler. When some camera caught a glimpse of his gigantic monitor on stage playing the words to his songs, and then it came out, everybody's doing that, even youngsters, even like Ed Sheeran does it.
Yeah, especially if you've got...
Is that a person, Ed Sheeran?
It is, yeah.
All right.
He looks like he could be
He's a little redheaded boy, right. It just also sounded like the voice of The Simpsons.
But some of these artists...
Harry Shearer?
Sure, whatever.
Have so many songs that... I mean, how many songs does Paul McCartney have in his repertoire?
982.
You know? Exactly.
And then I will say this, but he doesn't. I don't think he has to have that money. You combine, I'm in a train station, people are doing this. I got 900 songs. I'm 77 years old. I mean, that kind of stuff happens to me all the time, Steve, Becky.
It's Sarah.
Sarah. See, it could just happen.
Sean Lennon was in the audience, by the way, as was Paul McCartney's wife, and he dedicated a song to her, which was nice.
Ah, that's adorable. And Sean Lennon didn't get up and play.
He wasn't invited.
He should have been invited, actually. I think he's weirdo, and I don't love him as much as my wife does. But by the way, if John Lennon were Asian, looks just like him, which I think is super interesting. Wouldn't that have been cool? What could it have cost you for one song?
That's promoting his album,
thing,
though.
right? You got a point.
John Legend has just joined a group of elite performers. He has an EGOT. He has won now over the weekend an Emmy. So he's got everything. Joining Whoopi Goldberg, Mel Brooks. He is the first African-American man to win an EGOT. So he has...
I wonder if Whoopi Goldberg hates that. Being as white as they come, I don't know what can bother somebody on this level or not. But making a big deal that he's the first African-American man. They didn't once say, but there was an African-American winner. It was Whoopi. I didn't know that till just now.
Yeah.
Well, not very many have this award.
Yeah.
But he's won for Tony. He got for the play Jitney. He got the Oscar for the song Glory from Selma. He has 10 Grammys and then won himself an Emmy Award last night.
So you're saying he's pretty talented?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of talent. He won for Jesus Christ Superstar, by the way.
Which, by the way, was good, but it wasn't the end of the world.
No?
I didn't think so, no. I
People
thought
seem to
Alice
love
Cooper
it.
was very good. I thought everybody was good. Everybody belonged to be there. I just have such a soft spot for that show. I've seen it 20 times or more. Jesus, dig this. Jesus, Ted Neely, been to my home.
Oh,
and
really?
he doesn't shake the Jesus thing. It's really kind of creepy to have Ted around. But
Because he's always Jesus.
Ted, cut it out.
He's a method actor.
He's got white, like, roby things that he wears on all the time.
Oh, wow.
And before he hugs you, he stands in the I'll hug you or I've recently been crucified position and then hugs you.
Wow.
And yeah, it's kind of unnerving, really, but I love the guy.
Elvis Presley fans will no longer have to pay $30 to visit his grave during the annual candlelight vigil that is held on the death anniversary in Memphis, Tennessee. Graceland officials used to charge, and they said now they will stop, that you will not have to pay to take part in the vigil.
Extra. Pay extra. It's
You
in
have
the
to pay to
backyard.
get in, right?
You got to pay for the tour, right?
I would think so, yeah.
That's weird. And then, so they would just wrestle you to the ground if you started to walk out the door. Because in the tours that I have taken, they're always him, his twin brother, I don't know if his mom's there or not. There might be 3 graves there, but it's part of the tour.
Well, this, I think, was just something people wanted to go and just stand around and pay their respects. They would have candles and just
is this like a special once a year kind of thing?
Yes.
So maybe they closed down the tour and they were charging people just for the vigil, but
Right,
now
okay.
they're letting people in for free?
An 83-year-old Japanese woman has been announced by Guinness World Records as the world's oldest professional club DJ.
That's kind of neat.
83 years old.
I got to tell you, she gives me hope because as my guitar lessons prove more and more difficult for me, but yet I want to play around and entertain and fool around and have a good time, I start thinking, I should be a DJ.
Yeah.
That's what and you just buy most of the equipment. Amy, who's smarter than me, she can load up all the music that they want to hear at their bar mitzvah or whatever the hell I'm doing. But it seems like way better than being a guitar player. It's too hard.
Well, you can go to DJ school like she did. She went at 77, discovered she had a talent for it, and she is a regular at a nightclub. She said it's really amazing because you can tell when people are happy, when the songs are working or if they're not, and you've got to just make sure everyone stays dancing. 83 years old, professional club DJ.
Well, here's the thing. I want to go take my professional club DJing lessons like she did, but I feel like that would keep you out past 7:30 at night.
Probably,
and then I'm
yeah.
kind of doomed. Doomed, I say.
Also, when you work the clubs, probably going to have to stay out past 7:30.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, next weekend we are bringing you 2 nights in Vegas filled with performances from some of the very biggest names in music. It's our iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 21st and 22nd at T-Mobile Arena. Some of those names, Fleetwood Mac, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Justin Timberlake, Mariah Carey, Jack White, and many, many more. And we want to send you to this show. We want you to go to Vegas, baby, for
Vegas, baby.
free.
Vegas, baby.
Hotel, airfare for 2. You are listening for the next keyword, and then you text it to 200-200 for your shot to win. You've got another chance to do just that right after 8 a.m. More info, you need it, KZOK.com. Facebook has officially apologized for taking down posts that involved the famous nude photos of late actor Burt Reynolds. The life and legacy of the Hollywood star has been all over social media, people paying respects to Burt Reynolds, who died Thursday at the age of 82. Now, Danny, you remember he did a centerfold in Cosmopolitan.
I do remember. It caused quite the uproar.
Yeah, 1972. He was on top of a bearskin rug, totally naked, but like covering up his bits, right?
Yeah, it didn't show anything, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, you don't see
But
like stuff.
David Cassidy did almost the exact same shot. You didn't see anything, and it was an uproar, and people lost their jobs and stuff. I remember nothing very good came of this. Everybody went mad.
Oh, I can see at the time in that day it being a huge scandal, but now take it off Facebook.
Plus, he doesn't show anything. These have to be shots that didn't
Right.
make the thing. If you're seeing anything,
Well, they had a lot of people were posting as paying respects to Burt Reynolds, and Facebook's servers automatically flagged it as a violation of the platform's no nudity policy. They have now said, sorry, this was a mistake. The image was mistakenly removed. It does not break our standards. We apologize. So feel free to go back to posting pictures.
That's a computer then that's taking stuff off. It's not a person looking at it.
is that right?
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be some sort of algorithm that says, certain percentage of skin showing.
Yep.
Let's just remove that right away.
Yep. All right, so the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences announced a couple of weeks ago that they were going to make a lot of changes to the Oscars. Some of the changes, it's too long. They're going to shorten it up. But they also announced a controversial new category, which was Outstanding Achievement in Popular Film.
Yeah, popular. I thought it was a good idea.
Well, a lot of people said, what does that exactly mean?
It means Star Wars. That's what it means.
Well, they said it would mean most recently Black Panther.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
would
comic
mean
book movies.
movies that were gangbusters at the box office, but what are they going to win for? Not winning for like best actor.
No, they're going to win for wardrobe and makeup and technical things. By the way, I saw it on an airplane. Now you're looking at a screen about the size of a pack of cigarettes. But I didn't completely get what all the fuss was about, except his cool accent. I never freeze.
I watched the Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
So some of the Black Panther people, and it takes place in Guantanamo, whatever that place is called. The place in Africa.
Wakanda.
That
Wakanda.
place.
I was thinking Guantanamo. Is that it?
But most people said Black Panther wasn't that great. It's not
they
going to.
did?
Yeah, they said it.
Oh, I thought it was like the 100% tomatoes or something.
A lot of
Yeah, I
people
don't remember the reviews. I know it was a huge blockbuster.
Huge, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
I've hated a couple of blockbusters.
And I thought that's what this category was for, like super popular movie that wasn't that great.
Exactly.
No.
That's what I thought.
That's exactly what it was
Super
meant to
popular
be.
movie, but why can't it be that great?
Then it would have been nominated for
Best Picture or
cinematography
something.
or costumes or something. It's for the
Best
movies.
Picture.
Yeah, there's not a category for not that good. I promise.
That's why
you
they
that.
made a new one. That's what I thought was really popular.
What is
movie.
the name of what's the category?
Well,
Popular movie.
well, let
Oh,
me stop
that's
the
all.
argument.
All
The
right.
Academy
It's no fun, though.
said
we want to argue, but go ahead.
this was a stupid idea. We take it back.
They're not even having the category anymore?
There was so much backlash saying, like, what does this even mean? What does it mean to have a popular category? So you're telling me the movie that made the most money? Because
Yeah.
it's not based on the
Sounds
quality of film. They said
It's not called show happy. It's called show business. I can't remember.
said,
That's a real
yeah.
expression.
we need to
Remember
kind
it?
of.
Yeah, I don't remember what the happy part
I
is.
don't remember
though.
what it is either. It's not called show stupid. It's called show business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the business part right.
Yeah.
There is a lot more in the world of entertainment. Some of that we'll be tackling at 7:30. But right now, let's take a look at sports.
Sports!
Sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY. That's 1-800-DUI-AWAY. This was a big weekend for Seattle sports. Of course, we've got a lot of Seahawks to talk about. But first, the Mariners. The Yankees were in town. Big series. Friday, the Yankees won. Saturday, the Yankees won. But yesterday, thanks partly to Mitch Haniger, the Mariners beat the Yankees 3-2.
All right.
So what are we, 7.5 out?
Somewhere in there.
10 games back out of first place, 7.5 out of the wild card.
Wild card is really what we're focusing on.
Matt, we've given up on
Yeah,
first place.
just given up first place?
The problem is, well, it's closer.
Yeah.
But the problem is that Houston's on fire. They did lose to the Red Sox last night, but the Oakland A's won't flip and lose a game, which is part of the problem. But if you were at yesterday's Mariners game at Safeco Field, you need to start calling us right now, 800-252-1025. The first person to tell us the song that played during Mariners KZOK Music Trivia wins tickets to an upcoming game. Derek, what will they win?
Tickets for the game on Friday, September 28th at 7:10 versus the Texas Rangers, which just happens to be Fan Appreciation Night.
Fan Appreciation Night.
All right, call right now, 800-252-1025. Mariners off today. Up next, the San Diego Padres come to town. 7:10 first pitch, Marco Gonzalez versus Brian Mitchell. Well, yesterday we saw the Seahawks back in action.
Yeah, we did.
Football back. And the Seahawks opened their season with a back-and-forth game at Denver, but ultimately were unable to come up with a one final score, and they lost to the Broncos 27-24.
Broke my little heart.
Broke
A lot of
hearts.
sports over the weekend. I got home from vacation sometime Friday, and there's a lot of sports with Seattle involved over the weekend. And some of it good, but some of it just heartbreaking like that.
Well, and the Broncos didn't look all that. And then the last quarter was a bit rough.
Look all that or not, they looked like winners, comparatively speaking.
Well, we also found out Doug Baldwin suffered a sprained medical collateral ligament in his right knee.
That sounds bad.
MCL. And this happened in the first quarter.
Right.
He's had some knee issues in the past. And Pete Carroll says no timeline for when he'll be returning. So that's the bad news.
Yeah, what's the good news?
Seahawks look pretty good.
Yeah, but we lost Doug Baldwin. That's a lot of bad news.
Yeah, I didn't see. I'm not following you to the good news report.
Will Dissly? Okay, that's the good news.
Yeah, he looked great.
He looked absolutely
Chris
great.
Carson, he looked great, except for when he fumbled.
And except for when he lost.
Yeah.
All right, so up next for the Seahawks, the Bears.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, 5:15 start time. So not Sunday, next Monday. The Bears, by the way, last
a week
night.
from today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you fell asleep like most of us did, Green Bay and the Bears, holy moly, one of the most exciting football games ever. Rodgers.
He got injured too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was taken off the field in a little car.
And everyone's like, okay, his season's over. He's done. Carted off. No, he's like, I'm ready to play again, which was good because the backup quarterback was like 0 for 25.
Yeah, and the injury, like, is they kept playing it in slow motion. And you're going, well, that either looks like nothing, like he's surprised because there was a 350-pound man on him. That's what caused it.
Yeah.
He just had a 350-pound guy laying on top of him. Or he's injured and he lost his season. And that's what I believed until they brought him back out. Now you go, hero dude.
And they were down by 20 points. The Packers won 24-23, which is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
College football, UW, the Huskies beat North Dakota 45-3.
Go Dogs.
Next Saturday, the Huskies face Utah 7 p.m. WSU, the Cougars, beat San Jose State 31-0.
Go Cougs.
Cougs face Eastern Washington next Saturday, 5 p.m.
Go Tips.
The Seattle Storm defeated the Washington Mystics 75-73. Seattle now leads the WNBA Finals 2-0.
One more
Mystics?
win. Yeah.
Yep.
The Mystics.
That's their name, the Mystics?
That's their name, yeah.
It's a terrible name. The Wizards. It's the devil's work.
And game 3 for the Storm, Wednesday night, 5 o'clock. This team looks phenomenal. A lot of tennis controversy over the weekend. Not for the men at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Novak Djokovic beat Juan Martin Del Potro in straight sets to win his third U.S. Open, 14th Grand Slam. Novak Djokovic, unstoppable. The women's winner, Naomi Osaka, beat Serena Williams in straight sets, becoming the tournament's first female Japanese champion. Now, of course...
Meaning there has been a Japanese male champion.
Yes.
Because I just got mad at that on behalf of Whoopi.
Yeah, right.
Like they're kind of leaving off a whole gender here.
I do not know that individual's name, but this was the first female Japanese champion. Not sure if it's the first Japanese champion, full stop. The U.S. Open's referee's office has fined Serena Williams $17,000 for 3 code violations for verbal abuse of the chair umpire, for being warned for coaching during the match, and some of that money was for breaking her racket. The violations also cost her a point and a game penalty. She lost anyway, but she also lost her temper and pulled a John McEnroe.
Right.
So some people say she was treated differently because she was a woman. Other people
She
say
says that, yeah.
She says that.
She says that. But other people say she diminished herself with her behavior. She lost her cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you diminish yourself. I think that's just too big of a deal. I think she looks silly. She was embarrassed, whatever it is you want to say. But that's Serena Williams. She'll be all right. Like, she's no longer like the greatest thing that ever happened to the game. Oh, yeah, she is. And she had a temper and she got mad.
And she's lost her temper before. So she lost. That was the unfortunate part to Naomi Osaka.
And come up with the 17 grand and shut up. You're fine.
Yeah, I think she's got that in her pocket.
She does, because she's going to make a thing of not paying it. I'll bet you.
Hey, congratulations to Mark in historic Kent. He was at the Mariners game yesterday and knew the song that played for Mariners KZOK Music Trivia was Sweet Child of Mine from GNR. Mark's going to the Jeep winners window in our lobby to pick up tickets to, I forget already, Derek, what did they win?
Mark won tickets for the game on Friday, September 28th at 7:10 p.m. versus the Texas Rangers, which just happens to be Fan Appreciation Night.
Fan Appreciation Night.
The Mariners celebrate the best fans in baseball at Fan Appreciation Night. All fans take home a team poster, plus there will be prizes, surprises, and more throughout the night. Then don't miss the final fireworks night of the season as we celebrate the best fans in baseball. The Mariners have partnered with Pyro Spectaculars, the same company who produces the New Year's Eve at the Space Needle extravaganza for this big event. Visit mariners.com/fireworks for more information.
All right, congratulations, Mark. And the Mariners are off today, so the rest of you, your next chance to win tickets will be Wednesday morning, right around the same time. Sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys at 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Hey, no matter where you live, you get a DUI, it's a big deal. You get the state of Washington, you could lose your license for a very long. You could even go to jail on the spot. You need a lawyer. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY. That's very important. They call that number 1-800-DUI-AWAY. They will meet you in Seattle, Everett, or Tacoma free of charge. So if the unfortunate happens to you and you get a DUI, don't delay. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY. That's 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
I feel that there may be some a mistake on my show rundown this morning.
You think so?
Well, see, right now it says that I should be saying something, but I look and I think I'm not saying that.
What's wrong?
What? You're the producer. What's happening at 7:20?
Oh, we're gonna play a new game. New game is sweeping the nation.
What's it called?
The C word.
What?
What?
It's called the C word.
What do we do?
C word.
You just tell us the C word, and then
Where's the C word? Right there. I win. Give me all your stuff.
I don't think you can do that.
I'm pretty sure you can't do that.
But you'll win a pair of tickets and food vouchers for Crafts and Cars this Saturday at Evergreen Speedway.
By identifying the C word.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
I'm sure as the producer, this is safe in some way that I don't completely understand.
I guess we'll find out at 7:20.
All right, 7:20.
Wow. All right. That's exciting. There is a new study out that says sleeping naked can lead to a better night's sleep. Now, a lot of people sleep with socks on. A lot of people sleep with sweatpants. They sleep with full regalia. And experts say naked sleeping is the way to go. And it's the secret to getting a better night's sleep.
Is that true? I used to sleep naked and I gave it up.
Why? Cold?
No.
Fear of home invasion.
All right.
Or fire or something. That's what
don't-
I worry about. It's like something's going to happen. I'm going to have to get up and like go out and do something, and I'm naked. I don't want to be naked.
That's a very good.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it never occurred to me because I just go naked. The only time I've ever confronted a home intruder who, by the way, had a gun in Hollywood, I was stark. Like, you think you got a gun? Ah! I ran away. But yeah, I just gave it up.
Well, it's something maybe you should consider doing again because they say it's better for you. You can sleep better.
I would prefer that the person whose bed that I am sleeping. I don't want to. I just would prefer no evidence that I was there.
I'm not following.
Yeah, well, that's all I'm saying. I can't.
Right.
Yo, you ever see? There's a difference between men and women. You ever look inside a pair of men's underwear?
Ew,
There's
okay,
marks
okay,
that you
I
don't
got you.
leave.
We
Do
don't
I need
need
those
to-
on sheets? No.
Oh,
Thanks for making me say it,
Danny.
Sarah.
Dude.
Oh, TMI.
Is that how you spell it?
I had a girlfriend who was really interested in maintaining her physique
Right.
and slept with a bra on, thinking it would help gravity, that it wouldn't, her boobs wouldn't get saggy if she slept with a bra.
I don't know about they'll never get saggy, but that's reasonable science. That's why the bra is made. That's why anybody lives with the horrors of an underwire.
Yeah, but it's to stop them from going down towards your belly button. Whereas if you sleep on your back, then they're going out to the side. I don't know that a bra is going to stop it from going out to the side.
No, the bra stop. What kind of weirdo bra do you wear? Most bras stop your boobs from doing anything but looking like exactly like that bra until you take it off, and then they're ridiculous again.
Well, I found that to be a pretty unusual sleeping habit, and there's no scientific evidence that she's doing it, that that's the right way to do it, but she religiously slept with a bra
She
on.
believes it.
Do you know someone who has an unusual sleeping habit?
Well, I've got I didn't know that my sleeping in boxer shorts, which by the way, I don't even own a pair of boxer shorts. Mostly I think about you when I'm naked, by the way, Sarah.
Oh, thank you.
Quite
Really?
completely. Yeah, I have like 20 pairs of those MeUndies used to sell.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta tell you, they're great underwear. No kidding around about
They are
those.
comfy.
But I cannot and will not sleep in silence. Preferably the TV, but if it can't be that, a tape of a book, a tape of a lecture. It's got to be something I'm trying to concentrate on, and then I just drift right off to sleep.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Not
my
just
thing.
like nature sounds or white noise. It has to be something that you can
It has to
actually
be
pay
something
attention to.
of some value to me.
Wow.
And I don't really know that till sometimes the book is over, and I went, huh, that was of no value to me, except I just did fall asleep.
Does Amy have to wear headphones?
Normal
Yeah.
adult person who goes to bed after 7:30 at night.
So she then turns off your sounds
Yeah.
and then falls asleep. Wow, dude. Well, you guys listening, do you or someone you know have an unusual sleeping habit? We'd love to hear from you. Call us now at 800-252-1025 or text in 90627.
All right, so the question is easy. It turns out that not just sleeping in a warm, snuggly outfit is good. You should sleep naked. And then the question is, do you know someone that has an unusual sleeping habit? And that someone could also be you. 1-800-252-1025 or text to 90627.
Yeah, so Danny likes to sleep with a television on or somebody talking to him, not music and certainly not ocean sounds.
Right.
I had a friend who would not go to sleep without a bra on. Sounds a little uncomfortable.
Paul.
What could I say? It makes me feel good.
Weird. Yeah, it makes you feel like a woman. I understand.
Do you or someone you know have an unusual sleeping habit? 1-800-252-1025. Good morning to Paul and Buckley.
Morning, Paul.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back, Danny.
Thank you.
When the doggone foam earplugs don't work, I'll grab my shooting headphones and put them on.
Oh, uncomfortable.
Yeah, but probably sound deadening. I mean, you really have to go crazy for that. Paul gets some real silence there.
Yeah. Paul, what's happening? I mean, you live in Buckley. You're in the middle of nowhere. What sounds are you hearing?
Well, unfortunately, guys, I'm on one of the main roads, and the diesel boys get going real early, just about when you guys get going in the morning.
Yeah.
And boy, going by my place, it's pretty noisy.
You know, if the truck drivers are driving by Paul's house, what do they see? Paul in shooting gear. And they're probably trying as hard as they can to be quiet around you, Paul. I know I am from now on.
Yeah, I think all of our trucker friends driving through Buckley are now going to start tooting the horn. What's up, Paul?
See, I'm going the other way. Everybody's quiet. The man's got a gun. Says, Paul.
Good morning, Rob in Louisville.
Hey, Rob.
Good morning. Welcome back, you guys.
Thank you very much. What do you got?
Well, even if it's wintertime, my wife has to sleep with a fan on, and I hate it, literally.
I do too.
That's funny. You have to sleep with the fan on?
I hate fans.
Oh. There's a joke there somewhere that Sarah hates her fans.
Luckily, she doesn't have any.
That was the joke. But anyway, Amy sleeps with the fan on year round. That's it. And all I get is it turned down and then turned like away from my side of the bed towards her. That doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But it is quiet. It doesn't bother me as it might bother Rob, but it's a thing I deal with.
It's not the sound to me. I can't stand feeling something blowing on me. I know that sounds weird. Any air that is touching me freaks me out. I don't want a fan in my room.
See, I've gotten better. A marriage ago, I used to like to sleep with other women. It turns out they hate that.
Do you or someone you know have an unusual sleeping habit? That's the question at 800-252-1025. Tons of people have weird sleeping habits. It turns out you're supposed to just take off all your clothes and you'll sleep better.
Yeah, who knew?
Let's talk to Trey in Puyallup.
Hey, Trey.
Hey, how's it going?
It's all good. What do you got for us?
So my wife and my daughter both sleep with their knees like straight up in the bed.
Can I tell you, man, I had a really funny joke about this till you added your daughter. No, I'm just chickening right out and not making it.
She's 21.
Oh, hey.
No, we don't know that.
Fear of Troy's vengeance.
Trey, that is super weird that they both sleep with their knees like totally bent up. Did anyone else find that bizarre?
I saw it, I was like, what's going on? And then my daughter doing it too. Some genetic thing. I don't know.
Is it all night, or do they eventually, fall asleep and the legs come down? That's weird to ask.
Yeah, it's not all night, but it's occasionally throughout the night.
So
I got to tell you, man, I'm sorry. But if I find out the woman I married has this weird habit of keeping her legs up in the air all night, I would like to know where she's been.
I sometimes put one arm up. I'm a side sleeper, and if I'm having a hard time falling asleep, I don't know why, and I don't even know if this helps, but sometimes I'll lift one arm up, and then I wait for it to get heavy, and it falls down, and I generally fall asleep by the time the arm falls down.
Amy sleeps with a pillow between her knees. She's a side sleeper, too.
I sleep on my back and have a pillow under my knees.
I sleep flat on my back till the cat gets on me and starts licking my mustache and freaking me out. Especially when I don't know it's her and starts saying romantic stuff.
We have some texts into 90627. Another person whose wife can't fall asleep until the cat comes and sits on top of her head and then starts to purr. She does it every night. One texter says, I sleep to YouTube videos, movie soundtracks, clips, or old 80s cartoons.
Oh, that's a very strange one.
Who is that? Do you know?
No, I do not.
Because I'm assuming, I don't care if it's a boy or girl. I'm not being sexually overt here, but I would sleep at that person's house.
Yeah, with their 80s cartoons on?
Yeah, man, and I know them all. Ren and Stimpy, who didn't know?
Scott from Puyallup texted in to 90627. He says, my wife can't fall asleep without the TV on, but not just anything. It has to be reruns of Frasier.
Okay, that's super weird.
Every night.
That is super weird.
Reruns of Frasier.
Wow.
There must be something soothing about it.
Well, it's his voice, for sure.
Yeah.
One of the best voices ever.
And you probably have watched every episode at this point, so it's like going home.
That's a good one, too. Something that
bad.
you've seen over and over. You don't care. You know what's going to happen. So you
my
just...
lawyer.
Yeah.
I've seen over and over.
Do you or someone you know have an unusual sleeping habit? That's the question at 800-252-1025. Good morning to Tracy in Lakewood.
Hiya, Tracy.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back, Danny. Love you, man. Always
Thank you.
have, always will.
All right, you're
But,
the man. What do you got for us?
You know, I don't know what it is, man, but every marriage I've ever been into or every woman I've ever slept with, I got to feel their skin before I sleep.
Like reach out and put your hand on them, hold hands with them like that?
Not like put my leg over them or, you know, I just got to feel skin, man. It's kind of a weird thing, but yeah, you know.
That's romantic.
I think it's romantic, but I don't think it's that rare. I mean, spooning is touching somebody, and
Well, I don't like to spoon.
you don't like to spoon.
I'll just stretch out and touch them, man. You know?
I get that. Sometimes I'll just touch Matt's back, and that's it. I don't want to spoon like that because that's too much body heat.
I
But you
wouldn't
just
worry
touch
about
him.
it. He's got his back turned toward you. That's kind of a sign right there, I would think.
Don in Tacoma, do you or someone you know have an unusual sleeping habit?
Yeah, I have to sleep in a recliner because if I sleep in a bed, my back will be so stiff I can't even move. So it has something to do with the angle, I think. But you know, that's what I do.
Just so you know, man, this is so weird. You're not the only guy I know that has said that and does
Really?
it. Well, my
Yeah.
dad had
It's a
something
bummer,
called
though.
sciatica. I wasn't all sure what that was, but it's a pain in his back. The only place he could get any relief was in a recliner, and the first guy I saw it was my high school buddy Jim Cave's dad. Always slept in a recliner, and he said the same thing. So you're not alone. I'm bumming for you,
Yeah.
but you're not alone.
That's like a old person from a sitcom, like, oh, my sciatica's acting up.
Is everybody an old grandma
Yes.
in your sitcoms?
Tori, do you or someone you know have an unusual sleeping habit?
I used to have to watch ASMR videos to fall asleep. It's called Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. So it's basically something that makes you really relaxed.
Like
so
people with a really soothing voice
yes,
talking.
I had a
slowly.
girl doing inaudible whispering, and I'd fall asleep to that.
Oh, that is so peculiar.
So weird. You got to check it out.
Good choice of words right there. 'Cause that's peculiar for sure.
Bob Ross paintings.
Yes,
is that-
exactly.
That kind of stuff.
Right on.
They're happy little mountains.
Yeah.
Tori.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could try that, Danny, because you need the TV. You need something. That sounds
I do,
soothing.
but here's the thing, because as I'm sitting there talking about, how do I cure this? And I thought, I'm asleep within minutes, and that's my goal. So
for you.
I'm
That's
not
awesome,
fixing
man.
nothing, no how, except my
wish.
grammar.
Derek, do you or someone you know have an unusual sleeping habit?
Yeah, it was a friend of mine from high school. He would pull his truck into his parents' garage and then sleep in the bed of the truck, even though he had a bedroom and a bed.
Again, very
Super
peculiar.
weird.
No, see,
And
I don't see
dangerous.
super
Really?
weird. How old was the guy?
Oh, like 1920.
Yeah, and his new truck, and he ain't gone inside. He's sleeping back. What's the back of a truck called?
A bed.
Damn
Nah.
right it is.
You know?
I don't know what I'm fighting for, but I
But
hope
he
I'm
had
winning.
a bed with a soft
He had a
mattress and
better bed that he
blankets.
went out. It was a Ford F-150, and it's bitching.
He was very confused because it was called a bed.
It's
He
called
thought
a
that's where he was
bed.
supposed to sleep.
Right.
He's a friend of Derek's, so it's not that surprising.
Thanks for all the calls and texts. It is time to play the new game that is sweeping the nation, the C word.
The C word.
We're playing a game called the C word.
Yeah, we
That's
are.
right. And it's your chance to win a pair of tickets and food vouchers for on 102.5 KZOK, where we are playing the C word.
The C word.
For your chance to win a pair of tickets and food vouchers for Crafts and Cars this Saturday at the Evergreen Speedway. You can enjoy dozens of craft brews from local and regional breweries.
That's a C word. Craft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that it?
Cars. Crafts.
C
Cars.
word.
Oh.
Really?
There's going to be a car show.
Yeah.
Right.
C word. Live music, a cornhole tournament
That's a C word.
That's
C
a
word.
for sure C word.
with a cash prize, autocross, a kids' fun zone, food vendors, and much more. So in order to win these tickets and to go to this amazing event, you need to correctly identify the C word from Danny's clue.
Yeah.
We're going to start with Tammy in Bremerton.
Hey, Tammy.
Hello.
Oh, I feel like you're going to be pretty comfortable with this. You ready? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
That is affirmative.
All right, cool. And then do you understand the rules of the game?
Yes.
Here we go, kiddo. This C word, it's a dairy product skimmed from the top of milk before homogenization. Since the higher butter fat layer is less dense, it will eventually rise to the top. It is also a 60s British power trio consisting of Ginger Baker, Jack Bruce, and Eric Clapton. Can you identify the C word?
Is it cottage cheese?
Is it cottage cheese? No, you're playing the other game, 2 C words.
That's one of my favorite power trios.
I don't mean to laugh because it was a great guess.
It was a good guess. It really was. I think we threw her off with the cars. Shenanigans is a C word. No, I don't think it is.
Tammy, sweetheart, I am sorry. That is incorrect. It is not cottage cheese, despite those being C words.
Yeah, those were C words.
Dylan and Puyallup, do you need Danny to read the clue again?
Yeah, one more time.
All right, here we go, man. It's easy. This C word is a dairy product skimmed from the top of milk before homogenization. Since the higher butterfat layer is less dense, it will eventually rise to the top. It's also a 60s British power trio consisting of Ginger Baker, Jack Bruce, and Eric Clapton. Can you identify this C word?
Is it just cream?
Yes, it is just cream. It is just cream, my man.
That's the C word.
By the way, we
Well
took
done,
bets
Dylan.
on this game, and I think you won.
I had caller 2.
You had caller 2.
I begrudgingly took caller 2.
Oh, man.
Dylan scared me for a minute there. I did not think he was going to get that right.
Thanks, Dylan.
Congratulations. Woo, Dylan's going to the Jeep winners window in our lobby to pick up his tickets to Crafts and Cars Saturday at the Evergreen Speedway. If you guys want more info, evergreenspeedway.com. You can join us again tomorrow at 7:20 for another exciting round of the C word.
Yeah. I get it now. I feel safer.
The big news of the day is next.
It's big and it's new and it's brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE or just go online to goldbergjones.com.
Well, we hear so much about the opioid epidemic in our country.
Yeah, we do.
And a billionaire who is accused of worsening the opioid crisis has just won a patent for a drug to treat the opioid addiction. Richard Sackler, whose family owns OxyContin's maker Purdue Pharma, is one of the inventors behind a new medication that could help people get off drugs
Real
opioids.
quick. This is the guy that owns what is it? What's he own?
He owns Purdue Pharma.
He's a 5 times billionaire.
Yes.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And his company makes Oxy, and now
Do you like the thing I give you a little too much? Here's another thing I'll give you.
Yeah.
Yep. Well
Wow.
said, Paul.
That was well said.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is a new kind of
I'm guessing I know what it is, but from alcohol and other drug world, but I'm guessing I know what it is and how it works. But since I hate being wrong, let's go back to the news and find out.
No, you're definitely on the right track. I know you know what this is. Buprenomorph
Exactly.
is something like Suboxone.
Yeah.
So it like blocks receptors.
Yep.
Although you can OD on Suboxone. They never make that clear. They make it clear like, oh, you can just take it. You can take all the drugs that you want because it blocks the receptors. There's an opiate of some kind in Suboxone.
Well, this is going to be something similar to, it's a film strip or a tablet. It could now come in wafers that will disintegrate quickly under the tongue, just like when you're in church. And they got a patent for this. And this would be a way of helping people curb or get off of Oxy.
All right, but so far all I've got is you put something else in your mouth.
Yeah, it's a new kind of buprenorphine, which is a gentle opiate that will curb drug cravings. So it's a drug to stop taking drugs.
Do you know what it is? It's the thing I had inserted under my flesh. That's what it is.
Oh, really?
Similar, yeah.
Remember when I did that? There was going to be this was going to change the world and everything. And I ended up with another little scar on my butt, which still I constantly think I feel pills under my stomach. I don't
Yeah,
know
you
if
said
that
they
was-
were like pellets that
There
were in
were
there.
pellets.
Yeah.
I watched them go in. They were like shotgun pellets.
So this will be similar to Suboxone, but not the same. But that one is made by a British pharmaceutical company called Indivior, and it made $877 million last year.
So instead of being addicted to oxys, you'll now be addicted to the not oxy that you also can buy from the same guy.
Can you get addicted to the non-oxy?
Don't know that. I do not know that. They said they are philanthropic, this family, the Sacklers. Before the opioid epidemic, they did all sorts of nice things for society, but of course, people just view them as the makers of Oxy, which has wreaked havoc on many people's lives.
By the way, I'm fine with them making Oxy. I'm not fine with you taking too much of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's not their job. Their job is to kill your pain, and they did. And then you went, hey, let me take a whole bunch more. That's you. I think that's on you.
Well,
now,
they
if they
blame
want
the
to make a way,
doctors.
and they should maybe blame for because I always say in my little lectures that I give to the drug world is that the doctors will make you into a drug addict to keep this going. And then when they get in trouble, they'll just pull it and you'll be a junkie. And next thing you're going to where you know the heroin is because you watch the news at night. I've never taken heroin in my life, and I would know right where to get it.
Yeah.
Almost everybody would.
And also making big news, an American Airlines flight to Hawaii became a trip from hell when a flushed diaper caused the plane's toilets to overflow. They still had to go. This was a flight from Phoenix to Kona, and a flight attendant said, there's something I can do, maybe go in a bottle. So
well, that's number one.
They had to go number one.
Oh.
That's all they had to do?
Well, I'm sure some people had to do other
Okay,
things.
what bottle does that work?
Yeah, well,
It's got to be a big bottle.
It's got to be a huge bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said due to the location of the aircraft, they had to keep going. There's nowhere to just
Oh,
stop.
because they're over the water.
Yep.
Right.
They said it was absolutely horrific. People were compensated with 30,000 Advantage miles. They said, which is enough for a free round trip flight. But somebody put
enough.
Somebody put a diaper in the toilet.
Yeah, first of all, he or she needs to be arrested.
Yes.
Right now. You don't know that wasn't a terrorist act. When was the last time you looked inside a diaper? It's all terror. I think this is bad, and you have to give me 20 flights somewhere, or free flights for 3 years, or something way bigger than that. Because your airline is crappy. Get it?
And they couldn't fix it. You always hear, is there a doctor on board? Nobody said, is there a plumber on board?
You know what? I will tell you the story in length later, but I was the guy. They called a doctor,
doctor?
for me on
You
the
were the
airplane.
doctor on board?
No, they called a doctor for me on the board the plane. Yeah. As I was standing up, somebody was checking their luggage. Neither of us should have been standing up yet. And it comes way out of his hands and baps me in the head. And I think I'm fine, no big deal. And as I'm talking to the flight attendant, telling her I'm just fine, I feel the blood start to trickle down my head, and they flip out. I mean, is there a doctor? Oh my God, is there a doctor? And I'm going, hey, ixnay on the dot, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I get 5 doctors on the plane, minimum.
Really?
Goodness.
One I had already met in an elevator earlier that day, said hi to.
They had to have at least one plumber on the plane.
That's what you would think, 5
You would.
doctors.
Yeah.
If you're looking to hobnob with the rich, but not necessarily famous, there is one city you might want to move to, or at least vacation in. A new report is out from a research firm called WealthX, and they looked for how many ultra-high net worth individuals reside in which cities around the world.
Oh, I know for sure.
I bet you don't.
Oh.
Super rich people.
Yeah, then I'm going to because I was not going to guess this place because it's too small, but if they were just going out of like an area or something, I was going to go with, now I forgot the name, Singapore.
That'd be a good guess, Danny, but that is incorrect.
Moscow?
That too is incorrect. And it's
One, they have crazy rich Asians. I know because I saw the movie. And one has crazy rich Ruskies just because it sounds good.
So super rich, an individual has to be worth $30 million or more.
Oh, I'm out.
At number
Me too.
1, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. I could have gotten to Hong Kong.
It's always New York, not this time around.
No, I don't think we're in property values and all sorts of stuff is Hong Kong.
Well, that's partly due to the burgeoning Chinese economy. The stock market's on fire. So Hong Kong at number 1 for the most super rich, followed by...
what about Tokyo?
Number
you said
3?
property values. That's got to be huge in Tokyo.
Although flattened out in the last 5 or 6 years.
So the most super rich, that's people who make at least $30 million, that are worth at least $30 million. Hong Kong, followed by New York, Tokyo, Los Angeles, Paris, London.
Paris. Why are we letting rich people be in Paris?
I don't know. Didn't they give away the Paris like 3 or 4 times in World War II? So yeah, you take it.
Yeah, I think so.
Poland said, you're very nice people. Come take my country too. I think that is what they said.
Yeah, so New York always at number 1. Not anymore. Hong Kong has the most super rich people.
Cool. Although I would not have thought, if you said what's super rich these days, I would not have guessed 30 million. I'd have guessed 100
At
million.
least. So, yeah.
I'd have guessed starting at 100 million because people that are so rich are so rich.
30 million's a good amount of money,
It's
though.
a good amount of money, but Bezos is like 1,000 of those guys, all by himself in his little house. He lives in, it's a cabin, I think, in the woods.
I would like to be a UHNWI.
Yeah, me too.
Ultra high net worth individual.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it takes less. Like I was always looking up the 1% and all that stuff that everybody's saying about. They're less rich than I thought they were. They're rich. They're richer than us, but they're not like, we know people that rich. I think it's only like 3 million makes you the 1%er if you have 3 million in the bank.
I don't even think it's that high.
It's not even that high?
No, I don't believe so. It's an eye-opener on how many people in America don't earn very much money.
Bunches of us.
Lots of us.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan is reportedly planning to launch an island resort in Dubai called Lindsayland.
Sure. Didn't she already open that?
You
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, she is finding success as an entrepreneur.
It's called Lindsayland. Come here often. That's their slogan.
So she is filming a reality show. She's got her fingers in a lot of nightclubs in Greece.
I bet. You need the grease to have your fingers in them.
And now she says either Lohan Island or Lindsayland.
Wow. She really does keep going, though. You know, you got to give her that. Because I, having been a has-been for many, 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 many years, there aren't that many avenues out of has-been land. There's just not. There's already actors, singers, dancers, whatever's with the job that you used to have when you were more adorable. Now I'm getting to my specific problems, but there's just not a thing for her to go, you know what, I'm sick of this has-been stuff. I'm going to open up Lindsayland. She does it.
To keep reinventing herself.
She's going.
I'm not sure who's going to Lindsayland, though.
I'm pretty sure who's been. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
the big news of the day. It's brought to you by Goldberg Jones. Divorce for Men, 1-800-DIVORCE, or find them online, goldbergjones.com.
Yeah, you're thinking, well, they can't possibly have any more. Well, you'd be wrong, wouldn't you? Coming up, business news with Jim the Flagger.
And now, business news from Jim the Flagger.
Amazon is paying people to tweet nice things about them. They have enlisted employees as fulfillment center ambassadors to change the public perception of working conditions in the company's warehouses. It's not known yet how much additional compensation these employees may receive, but it certainly is good for their job security. That being said, I'd just like to add that working for Danny and Sarah is the hashtag best job ever, hashtag blessed, hashtag living the dream.
Wow. Well, you're more than welcome. You know, we've been telling you about the music festival, the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Well, it's happening Friday and Saturday night, September 21st and 22nd. It's the iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing some of the biggest names in music to the T-Mobile Arena in where? I'll tell you, Las Vegas, and we want to send you to the show free of charge. That includes hotel and airfare for two. You've got another chance to text and win coming up in far less than 10 minutes.
There's an interesting new study out that is talking about mottos, that you should have a motto or be aware of life's mottos in order to help you lead a more positive life.
Do you know what mine is? What's the motto with you? That's mine. That's my motto.
You know, you think about young people today, and sometimes, you know, younger people can be all sorts of dramatic.
Have you met my family?
And you think that you're the only person who's been through something, or that, you know, there's this big chaos in your life, and it's just part of living.
Yeah, sure.
And that having some of these mottos can help people to lead a more positive life. So something like, the best is yet to come. So say you're a struggling early 20-something and you don't have the job you want. You don't have the relationship you want. People can be like dragged down. But having a motto like, remember, the best is yet to come, might help you feel positively.
I think that is super important. There was a survey done years ago. I don't know if we were together yet or not, but it was that a happy gesture will help make you happy. And I said on the radio to whoever was telling me this that it's stupid. Watch this. And I jumped out of my chair and I went, ta-da! And then I realized, hey, I feel way happier.
Yeah.
They were right. So they might be right about this.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people do have mottos that they live by. You know, some people choose to tattoo them. Some people,
I got those.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like a personal mantra. One that is on this list that these experts talk about is one that actually drives me crazy, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say it's important to remember that. You can't do anything about it.
YOLO.
Oh, geez, yeah.
See, YOLO, aside from I don't like YOLO being said as words,
Yeah.
I think you only live once is totally true.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
really is.
obviously, it's true. But, you know, you make your move, man. Don't sit around.
Yeah.
I've been planning to sail around the world since I was 20. And, you know, it's like, YOLO, well, yeah, I'm almost 60. I YOLO'd.
Yeah.
I YOLO'd. I yodeled. Whatever it was, go, man, go.
Yeah, so say, you know, tomorrow, or you leave work today and you go home and say, Amy, I'm buying a sailboat and we're sailing around the world.
Right.
And she'd say, oh my gosh, Danny, what are you crazy? And you'd say,
Yes.
YOLO.
No, I would not say YOLO. I would not say to a grown-up person YOLO. But I'd say something.
Hashtag YOLO.
I'd say something, and I'd say, you know what, kill me at sea. No one will know. You'll get everything. That's what I'd say.
So you said you have some tattooed. Are those?
I have a bunch of them. I have tattooed stuff that doesn't mean anything to anybody, including me. They should all just say, God, I was drunk. That's all my tattoos should say. But I will tell you one that I heard, and to make it for me, I narrow it down, and I don't say the whole thing. But the whole thing is, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Oh, yeah.
And that's Wayne Gretzky,
Yeah,
believe it or not.
that's a great one.
A hockey player giving me advice. But he's right. If you don't try it, it's the same as trying it and missing it.
Yeah.
You should at least try it. So I love that one.
That's a great one. Well, you guys listening, do you have a motto that you live by? We would love to know what it is. Call us and tell us 800-252-1025 or
So here's the question. You know, there's all these surveys and weirdness. I really do like this one. They're saying that's better for your life if you have yourself a motto. It'll give you a positive life. I like it. Do you have a motto that you live by? 1-800-252-1025 or text to 90627.
Good morning, Mike and Sultan.
Hey, Mike.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Stinky Sexy Bonaduce.
What up?
Anytime something bad happens to a friend of mine, I always say this. Well, you know, my motto is better you than me.
That's a great.
That's a lovely motto.
That's a great one. Can I steal that one, Mike?
I'm sure you can.
Doug in Mount Lake Terrace, what is a motto that you live by?
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Yeah, that's Sling Master Doug, by the way.
Hey,
right.
Sling Master Doug.
Yeah, any other Doug that's just a Doug. This is Sling Master Doug. This was different.
Can I tell you something? I know it's a little bit of a waste of time, but I was standing in Florence, Italy, under the incredibleness that is the statue of David by Michelangelo. You know what he's holding, don't you?
A sling.
He's holding a sling. So I started talking about Sling Master Doug, and everybody thought I was a weirdo. Thanks, buddy.
No, I'm sorry, but anyway, for the motto for the day, what I try to tell everybody so they always keep their head up and never fall on their face. If you want to know what you got to do today, you better be looking into tomorrow.
Huh.
Wow.
So like planning ahead type of.
Looking ahead, planning ahead,
Yeah.
knowing ahead, being ahead.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, what is this? And if I'm stealing anybody's, I'm sitting further away from the monitor than usual. What about, here's my motto. It's, tomorrow is the past. No, wait. Yesterday is the past. Tomorrow is the future. Live in the day. That's why it's called a present or some crap like that.
I thought it was let's all get drunk or something.
No, it's that's give yourself a present. That's why we call it the present. Something stupid like that. You can tell this will never catch on.
Tomorrow is yesterday's today, and today is tomorrow's yesterday. I think that's what. Is that what you were going for?
No, but since it sucks as bad as mine, I'm happy you did it.
Good morning, Amy in Everett.
Hey, Amy.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
So every day at drop-off, my daughter and I say, be kind, be intentional, and be open to the world around you. And being the 4-year-old rebel that she is, she also adds, I dissent to it. And that's what we say every morning.
What does she add?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What does she say?
I dissent. I dissent.
I dissent.
Meaning she rebels.
I dissent.
Yes.
I
I
like
dissent.
it.
Mm-hmm.
4 years old. Amy, that is adorable. It's good words to live by, but I love the 4-year-old adding her own little
I'll tell you right now, if
spunk.
a 4-year ever looked at me and said, I dissent, you're grounded for the rest of your life. Dissent that.
That's a long motto, too,
what's
for a
up with you?
4-year-old.
Yeah, what's the motto with you? See, it always works, Paul.
What about you, Dave in Lakewood? What is a motto that you live by?
Well, actually, I have two. The first one is it's not the rocks in your path that determine who you are, but how you arrange them.
That's
and my
very
second
zen.
motto.
Did the person that told you that one, were they stupid?
That totally is from Buddhism.
Come on, what is up with that? The pebbles in your path. I don't even know
A
what you're
pebble in
talking
your
about.
shoe.
And who
It's
arranges the
arranging-
pebbles in their path? You just step on them like the worms they are.
These are inspiring. I mean, they're
thought
wordy,
so.
but
Yeah,
inspiring.
What's your other one, Dave?
Okay, there's some big rocks in your path, Danny, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
He's going to explain it. If it doesn't fit on a bumper sticker, man, we don't care.
If it's too big for Sling Master Doug to throw, I don't like that rock.
Go ahead.
Okay, my second motto is this. Joan of Arc said, sooner is better than later. But as Larry the Cable Guy says, get her done.
There we go.
Yeah, I like that motto. You know what Joan of Arc also said? Oh my God, this is hot. One of the things she threw out there. I wonder if she. Well, never mind.
And what about Steve in Seattle? A motto that you live by?
Oh, hey, man. Hello. Nothing certain in life except death and taxes.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's true enough.
Everything else is up in the air.
I don't think that's how.
Really high.
Was it
Everything else
Adams?
is really high.
If you plug the little hole in your neck, do you get louder?
Oh, Danny, come
What?
on.
There's a reasonable question from my friend Steve.
Hi, Leslie and Renton.
Oh, you don't let me ask him.
Hi, guys.
What's your motto, honey?
My motto that I learned from a friend that just recently passed away, and I'm so glad that she shared it with me, was don't burn bridges.
Especially if you're Todd Bridges.
Don't burn any bridges.
Especially
but
if
I
you're
also
on an
have to
island.
say
But your friend's dead, though, right?
About,
Yeah, she
I
was
got
on a
something
bridge and burnt.
YOLO.
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 Thank you, Leslie. And sorry that you lost
Or if you're
your
yo,
friend.
it's
Yeah.
just low.
Sorry, Leslie.
No.
Sorry, yo.
Yeah, sorry, yo. Low.
Brian and Renton, what's the motto you live by?
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning, Brian.
I've been in construction for 30 years, and my motto is work hard, play hard, stay hard.
I like it. I like it very much. I got a great
No
question.
explanation necessary, I don't think.
Brian's been in construction for 30 years.
Yeah.
When are you going to be done? That's what I said to the construction guy at my house.
Hi,
Thanks,
Farmer
Brian.
Ted.
Hey, Farmer Ted, what's up?
Hey, good morning, my people.
Morning.
How was your vacation?
It was all very good. We had a lovely time. I
Yeah,
got
it's
some
great.
haggis.
Awesome. So, yeah, I live by admit nothing, deny everything.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a great
So he
motto.
was born during
like
the Nixon administration. I will tell you
like
that right
it.
now.
And let's hear from Brent in Port Townsend. What's the motto?
Hey, good morning. What a show. You guys have great energy.
Thank you.
I was thinking reality is for people with no imagination, man.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
I
that's
like
great.
that. All right, I'll join you then. Rehab is for quitters. How about that?
Oh, Danny.
I'll take one that I took from the movies and I'll shorten it way up, and that is this: get up. No matter what knocks you down, get up. That's how you test a man.
That's
Not-
a Chumbawamba song, too, right?
It's also
I get
from a
knocked
Rocky Every.
I get up again.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
And,
gotta
and
keep
then
me down.
no, please.
I get knocked down.
Yeah, we're giving you the floor. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go.
Take it away, Sarah.
Go. Here's Sarah with the Chumbawamba. All right, so anyway, get up. If something knocks you down, just get up every time, and that's how you measure a man. And by man, I also mean people.
How about Erica and Linwood? What is the motto you live by?
Good morning.
Morning.
My mom told me during a hard breakup that the only way to get over somebody is to get under somebody.
Her mom told her that.
How can I just ask how old you were when your mom told you that?
I think I was 23.
Oh, you're good. Get under somebody.
Yeah.
Get to it. What took you so long?
Not very motherly advice, but
You don't know some of the mothers that I know.
She's right. James and Bothell, good morning.
Good morning, all.
Morning.
Yeah, well, I'm an easygoing guy, and Alfred E. Newman put it in perspective for me, and it's what? Me worry? I don't worry.
You don't? Now, you really, because I would love to do that. I have nothing to worry about. I got a good job, a good wife, things are going great, and I worry 38% of the time, and I would love to stop.
It seems impossible to just not worry about anything.
It does. It seems really hard.
We have some great texts in from 90627. We'll just get to a couple of them. Shelly in Black Diamond says, this too shall pass. That's her motto.
Yep.
Kay and Kent
She
says...
stole the motto from the Bible. Just
It's
do
okay.
that.
Kay and Kent says, there's no such thing as a mistake. They're all learning experiences.
Good.
Oh, please.
Look to you, too. Get up.
Did he finish smudging his house? Why are you playing at me, Paul?
I don't know.
I'm
I just
right.
missed it so much. It's been a while since I've been able to...
You have a 7-year-old. You all day. Well, you guys are gross when you do it.
Hi, Mark and Everett.
Oh, Mark.
Mark.
Hey, Greg, call him Mark.
Hi.
Hello.
What's up, honey? You're on the air.
Well, the first one would be, of course, Sarah and Tori forever.
Yeah, that's a great motto.
Number one, yeah. But I have two others. One of them is the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Nice.
That's how I live my life, one step at a time. Okay.
It's a great, by the way, that's a great, it's not Confucius, I think it's Sun Tzu.
Fitbit, I think it was Fitbit.
Fitbit Sue, I think it was. But it's a great motto. That's because, no matter how hard this is going to be, it starts when you make the very first move. I like it.
What's the other one, Mark?
The more important one is one of my greatest strengths is knowing my own weaknesses.
He's very philosophical for a guy whose first was Sarah and Tori forever.
You see, I know Mark. Technically, he's hiding under Confucianism to be a maniac. That's what I'm saying about him. Mark.
Thanks for your call,
Thanks, buddy.
Mark. Russ in Shoreline, what's the motto you live by?
Hey, first of all, great to have you guys back on the air after your vacation.
Thanks.
My life motto is, life is uncertain, eat dessert first.
Oh, I really like that one.
I do too.
I really like that one.
Yep. John in Tukwila, what's the motto you live by?
Morning, Danny.
Morning.
Sarah. My favorite one is life is a series of decisions. Try and make the right ones.
Oh, I used to have a T-shirt that said the same thing, except life is a series of decisions. Stay drunk. So I don't think it was the same T-shirt as that you're selling, but I like yours better. It makes more sense.
Life is like a bowl of cherries. Sometimes it's the pits.
Yeah, like that one.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Dave in Federal Way, good morning.
Hapa Dave from Guam, guys. Good morning.
Hapa Dave, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I want to send blessings to the guys on Guam, the people on Guam. They're getting hammered by Typhoon Mangkhut. He's going to pound the island right now.
There are people on Guam?
There are people on Guam getting hammered by a typhoon right now. So I want to send some blessings to those people.
I feel funny now, Paul.
Blessings to them.
Do you feel funny now? Dave's people are swamped.
I feel all
God,
right.
what is wrong with you?
To be 100% honest, I feel pretty great. Yeah. Sorry, Dave.
Yeah. So what do you got for us, buddy?
I like to use the one, I'm going to make the best of my day, even though I wasted a perfectly good hangover to come to work. Hapa Dave from
Hapa Dave from Guam, guys.
And Paul, what's your motto?
My motto was passed down from my dad. He always said, buy a plunger before you need a plunger. So, but he didn't mean that literally, although it's great advice to have literally, but just always be prepared for crappy situations that might pop up.
And do you remember this? My 6'5" father-in-law staying at my house broke the bathroom, and
somehow you didn't own a plunger.
No, we did. He didn't want to wake us up and go, "Hi, I'm the huge, weird embarrassment guy that broke your toilet." So he went to the store in the middle of the night. He should have had his own plunger. He should travel with a plunger at that size.
Hey, thanks for all of your calls and texts. We have your news next.
No.
News is brought to you by Les Schwab. Police are trying to find whoever shot a man overnight near Rainier Beach High School, leaving him with life-threatening injuries. Officers responded to the scene on Wabash Avenue South around 11 p.m. They'd received reports of shots fired. A man was found at the scene with life-threatening injuries. He was taken to Harborview. No suspect information has been released. And a Pierce County Sheriff's deputy shot and killed a fleeing suspect at the scene of a robbery at a Walmart in Spanaway early this morning. This happened about 2 a.m. A man walked into the Walmart, demanded cash. Once he got the cash, he stayed in the store. This was a man armed with a gun.
It's not how robbery is supposed to work, right? You get the cash and then you leave.
That's the way it normally goes. Well, the suspect ran towards deputies. Shots were fired. The suspect ran westbound away from the store. More shots were then fired when another deputy found him. It's unclear how many times the suspect was struck by gunfire, but he was then found in bushes and confirmed dead.
So the amount of bullets, enough.
Yeah.
I think if you really look for how many bullets were in this guy, plenty might be another word for it. But when you find a guy dead in the bushes, who, I don't know what made this guy what he is and what he turned into, but you raise your gun to the police. That's you kind of gotten what you're gonna you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And detectives are investigating a deputy-involved shooting in Stanwood early yesterday that left one man dead. The sheriff's deputies arrived at this home in Stanwood almost 3 a.m. A woman says that her boyfriend had assaulted her and that he had a weapon. There were verbal commands given, and the deputies did fire their weapon, and the investigation is continuing. They're not sure if any shots were fired by a suspect or not.
Okay, this is the one with the 16-year-old girl shot a guy?
Nope.
Man, there's a lot of shootings going on.
Yep. How about some good news in the news?
Love that.
There is a new trend, one that Paul has been all over for ages.
Really?
Having your own chickens.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not everybody knows exactly how to do it. Paul, I'd imagine when you decided to get chickens, I'm laughing because Paul's doing the chicken dance.
His dance off the air never stops being funny to me. Every time I see it. It's like, what's the motto with you?
So, Paul, did you have to do a lot of investigating? Like, how did you...
Research? No, none whatsoever. We just got chickens.
Really?
I mean, we figured it out after that. They're pretty easy to keep.
I don't think that's the thing. Don't they spread disease now? And somebody whining about
they always
domestic...
Don't cuddle your chickens. That's what they say.
Don't cuddle your chickens.
Yeah. But how can you not?
How can you not? I agree completely.
Yeah, chickens have always been capable of spreading disease. What's changed is people having them in their backyards. But if you have been dreaming of doing this in your backyard, there is a company out of Tukwila called Hens for Hire. They're delivering rental hens and the coop directly to your door.
Really?
Yeah, so if you're not sure if you want to do it, you're not sure exactly how to do it,
or if I'm not sure how annoyed my neighbors are already. Because I live 50 feet from my neighbors, at best, maybe less than that.
Right. It's pretty common now, though, even in urban areas, that people have chickens in the backyard.
There are some lady we met someplace was trying to describe where she lived, and she said, "Oh, I'm the house with the chickens." And I went, "Oh, you live down on McGrath, I believe." And she goes, "No, not that house. The nice house with the chickens."
Well, you can go to his website, Hens for Hire. Travis Overly says that he has been tending to his own backyard flock and realized a lot of other people would like to try it. So it's a good way of trying it and seeing if you like it. Hens
and if not,
for
you can
hire.
just get the flock out of here. Scared me.
A lot of eyes on Hurricane Florence.
Yeah.
That hurricane is expected to make landfall along the southeast or mid-Atlantic coast of the United States as early as Thursday. Could be a Category 4 storm. South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia already declaring states of emergency. Shelves are empty. Everyone getting prepared just in case this hurricane does make bad landfall.
Hoppa Dave called us this morning and said they're all in the way of a hurricane. Is that a different one?
That's in a totally different part of the world.
Totally different part of the world, right? Yeah. So that's a different one. It's not like they're reporting where it used to go and what's up. That's just not
No, and I'm pretty sure, aren't they typhoons? It's not a hurricane out of the Pacific?
He called it a hurricane.
Yeah,
well,
I can.
Who are you going to believe? Anything or Hoppa Dave from Guam, guys?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I can never keep track. I think the line might be further in the Pacific towards the left, towards Japan, for it to be a typhoon. There is one, let's see, the Guam Daily Post says Typhoon Mangkhut is expected to hit today.
That's what he said. That's what he said. I thought he mispronounced it, but apparently it has a stupid name.
Yeah, so it is a typhoon. I think Pacific, they're typhoons. Atlantic, they are hurricanes. A group of American nuns are hoping to break firearm manufacturers out of their habitual silence when it comes to gun violence.
Habitual. That's
Get
what
it?
you did there. Like a habit.
I didn't. I didn't see it at all. Nicely done, Sarah.
Little nun humor there.
Exactly. Well, what these nuns have decided to do, they realize nobody's really listening, so they're buying stock in various gun companies and then using their clout as shareholders to have an influence on what the companies do.
Genius. Up until they start to make money and then shut the hell up. How dare... Oh, wait. Oh, we made $11 a share? And never mind. It's cool.
You got to buy quite a bit of stock, though, before we make any difference
Hey,
at all.
those nuns could be rich. You don't know.
Could be.
I mean,
They shouldn't be.
Don't they take a vow of poverty?
Yeah, but they also took a vow of chastity. How's that working out?
Well, they presently have a lot of shares in Ruger, and they are looking at other companies like Smith & Wesson.
See, Ruger, you could make a difference with less money. It's not doing that well. It's not a real popular stock. So I think you could probably make a difference in that but still several $100,000 till you have any leeway.
Smith & Wesson is owned by American Outdoor Brands. So they were sold not too long ago, and they said they are setting their sights on those, and they're going to keep buying up stocks to be shareholders.
I heard it that time.
Yeah.
A man told police he burned a house down because he was mad at the mother of his child.
What'd she do?
Well, come on.
Police were called to assist at a fire that had engulfed a home. Nathan Smith was around the house.
Wow, it's because he's named after those really good hot dogs.
So he went into the house, started the fire.
Sure.
A few minutes later, he exits the house covered in a liquid, bleeding. He told police, my name is Nathan. I started the fire. I was really mad at the mom of my child. I'm really tired of dealing with her. So I lit the bed on fire. I laid down figuring I would just go up in flames.
Yeah.
But the fire got really hot.
Well,
It'll do that, yeah, from time to
Because the
time.
liquid, when you said it, he's covered in liquid and bleeding, I thought, oh, it's just a weird way to say he's bleeding. So he's covered himself in something he expects to burn.
He had lit the house on fire, gasoline, but then realized the fire was hot, tried to put it himself out with water, and didn't bother to put out the house fire. Left, went outside, told the cops, I guess fire is a little hotter than I was expecting.
It's funny. We play these sometimes little things that Sarah and I say to each other, Paul and I say to each other, in between songs or breaks, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And one of them is distinctly, you say something about getting a divorce and getting over it, and I say, I've been divorced a dozen years and not a day goes by I don't consider burning that woman's house to the ground.
Right, yeah.
I'm standing behind this guy. Not close because he's on fire. I'm standing behind this guy.
You wouldn't do it while you were in the house, though. You're smarter than that.
Who?
You.
It's
You'd
a big
burn her.
house.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't lay down in the bed and think you're going up in smoke with it.
No, I am not. There's no part of me that's pining away for this
Yeah.
woman except to see her stuff go up in flames.
Danny, you have...
She can put it out with one of her breast implants.
Oh.
You're right. That's not enough for that. I mean, I don't know. I haven't popped one recently.
Danny, you have several tattoos.
I do.
You have more tattoos than you can probably even count.
That's totally true.
You're not even sure how many of those tattoos are on your butt.
More true than ever.
There are a lot of people who have a lot of tattoos and think nothing of getting another one. In Russia, a dominoes contest had to end early after disaster struck. They drastically mistook...
How long it would take the pizza to get there?
They underestimated the number of people willing to get a tattoo of Domino's in exchange for a lifetime of free pizza.
Okay, I was just being stupid because I'm stupid. Okay, it's for the pizza.
A
Yes.
lifetime of
I
free
thought
pizza?
you said a game of dominoes, and I'm going, well, I'll just say something stupid about pizza. But it turns out
It's
I'm
pizza.
still stupid.
Free
but
pizza.
it is pizza.
Domino's Russia. 100 free pizzas for 100 years if you get a Domino's logo tattooed somewhere visible on your body.
Well, what if you go to Siberia? That's visible.
So I saw a lot of the people's submissions. One of them was a little logo on the inside of their wrist.
Right.
Back of the arm. Someplace where you can see it, like not on your butt.
Right.
Not.
No, I'll do it. I'll just
And
do it
is
to be
it-
stupid.
To clarify, is it 100 pizzas for 100 years, like once a year?
One
or is
pizza
it 100
a year is
year?
what I got.
Or is it
No.
100 a year for 100 years?
It's 100 a year for.
Oh, that's a
100
much
years.
better
Pizza
deal.
every 3 days,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Well, they.
I'll get a neck tattoo, I think, for free pizza every 3 days.
Yeah, that's a lot for me for the free Domino's pizza that we can well afford. I'm going forearm or something.
Well, most of the time with these contests of any kind of contest, there's fine print.
Sure.
How many of y'all read the fine print?
I'll get the fine print tattooed on me.
There you go. Well said.
It was capped at 350 submissions.
Oh.
They had
I just got a neck tattoo for no reason.
Exactly. They said people are getting the tattoos in droves. They had no idea how many people were going to do it. They had to start contacting people and say, this is over. We've capped out how many people can enter. Stop getting tattoos. One person said, you're going to pay for my laser removal because you didn't notify people in time.
Is he right?
Because
you were talking about fine print. Does that mean he was and he didn't notice that he was notified?
But the fine print's all in Russian. How am I supposed to read that?
Well, you don't have the neck tattoo yet, Paul, but you can go get one. We're rooting you on.
In his mind, he's got that
go.
neck tattoo.
But
can I pick a different pizza place, though?
The thing is, I want a weird tattoo of something that's happening in a place that doesn't exist. On a part of my body that I don't really have. Yes, you can do all those things. But having said this, was he notified in the small print? Did he say, we will accept only 350?
I do not know the answer to that because, as Paul pointed out, the fine print is
But Domino's says yes, that's in the fine print.
Oh, it does?
They're alluding to that, but...
They're alluding to it or they're saying it? Or they speak Russian, so who knows?
They said, friends, we already have our 350 participants. We are not receiving any more tattoos. If you are at a tattoo artist getting a tattoo, we will include you in the list of participants, but you are not eligible for the contest.
Wow. Oh, that just stinks.
There's going to be a lot of people very angry at Domino's.
Yeah, I'd be mad as hell. Although I have a dozen tattoos of people who I don't even know who they are.
Well, if you are getting a pizza and planning to eat it in Florence, Italy, don't do it outside.
Oh, yeah, I ran right into this. It's a new law, right?
This is a new law that went into effect on September 4th. Now, Danny, you were in Florence all last week.
Essentially last night. It's crazy how travel works.
They are trying to ease congestion and litter. They said people eat outside the Uffizi. People will eat on the...
Nobody's eating outside the Uffizi.
Yeah.
Uffizi does it. That's my motto.
The four most...
Uffizi come, Uffizi go.
Take it Uffizi, man.
It don't come Uffizi.
That's Cafife.
Yeah. Totally different thing.
So they're trying to ease congestion around the busiest streets, the busiest piazzas, the squares, and if you get caught eating even gelato, you can get fined up to €500.
Yeah, they said it is, the little thing I read says it is forbidden. That's how it starts. That's how it got my attention. But I immediately went and did it to see what would happen, and nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. Everybody was taking it very Cafizi, whatever it says.
In other food news, there is research that shows those of you who are addicted to chocolate chip cookies.
Everyone. That's everybody,
that's
right?
everybody.
You may actually be addicted, not just euphemistically. They
you
said,
might as well face it, you're addicted to chips. No, it doesn't sound the same.
Sugar can induce cravings, trigger some of the same addictive responses as cocaine.
My problem with that is the slogan for getting off this says no chips. And I think that's just, it's what it actually says, that they're going to get unaddicted to chocolate. I don't see it.
They said some of the compounds in chocolate can trigger parts of your brain that are as addictive.
I thought THC wasn't addictive.
Yeah, that's it too.
Yeah. What do you got for us, Sarah? Stop yelling.
Go back to when it was as addictive as cocaine.
Go back to Cafizi. I want to make fun of that some more.
I hate you people.
What do you mean, you people?
A man was left in agony after his Hoozits was stung by a stingray while swimming in the ocean.
Ouch.
The man was left rolling around the sand in pain after the animal's barb hooked into his Hoozits.
Oh, that's such a bummer. Did everybody run up and pee on him?
No, but I saw so many pictures of this guy from different angles, leading me to believe that everyone on that beach was just standing there taking a picture. It was like one from this side, one from over here.
Bad enough that he has a stingray in his Hoozits, but that everybody took pictures of him.
That is bad enough. Unless it got all swollen before the pictures. That's really me any time of the week.
There's pictures. There's video. They had to call experts, emergency services to
Animal
come
control.
in. Yeah. They had to remove and unhook the spiny tail from his Hoozits.
So that's not the same thing that killed what's-his-face, Crikey's, right?
He was impaled in the stomach by...
Oh, I thought it was right through the heart.
That might have been. Might have been the heart. I mean, they're right next to each other. Either way, he obviously did not survive through the Hoozits.
What?
the stomach and the heart?
Yeah, right
Your
next
heart's
to
in
each
the
other.
center.
Yeah.
And your stomach's right below that.
Yeah.
Right, sure.
I'll stop touching my chest now because I realize that's a little awkward.
Show me again where the heart is.
Now if you can
Honk, honk.
go all around like the stomach a little bit.
Could you show me slower where the heart is?
So as of yesterday, this video of this poor man with the barb of a stingray in his hoosits has gotten over 5 million views.
Wow, that's a lot of views.
He's
Does he
gonna
get
have
any money from that? Like, can he put a little ad up or something?
You could, but I think what he's going to do is eventually is spend a little bit of money having those pictures taken down.
Yeah.
Danny says out of some experience.
You missed a few of them, though, by the way.
No, don't I know. I don't know who I paid, but I'm mad at him now.
News is brought to you by Les Schwab. We've got a lot of music news and entertainment just around the corner. Paul McCartney is collaborating with another rock legend for the weirdest product ever that you need to hear about. You won't believe what music legend says he's running for president. Things did not go well at Cirque du Soleil opening up in Redmond over the weekend. And things not going well for a longtime CEO of a major entertainment company. That's all coming up next in entertainment. Plus, all the latest Seahawks news next. In music news, Paul McCartney revealed that he and Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards came up with a business idea while spending time together on vacation. They were on Turks and Caicos, and they decided on a pretty outlandish idea. According to Paul McCartney, we designed portable dog kennels that were inflatable. We thought it was a pretty good idea. We got round to if you had...
Now, one of them was super high. I'll give you that.
So you're going to, like, float in the pool with your dog in a kennel?
No, you're not going to. You can put it in your suitcase when there isn't a dog in it. That's what I'm getting.
Oh, that makes sense.
Inflatable.
To save space?
Yeah, it'll collapse down onto just the wheels.
Oh, I was thinking it's like a raft that's going to float around in the water.
Well, those are called rafts.
Yeah, but this has a dog kennel built into it.
It's a terrible idea. Because when it flips over, the dog drowns.
Yeah, I'm not selling it. Paul McCartney's
okay.
selling it.
I don't think he's selling it, and his partner's high as can be.
He said, we even got so wrapped up in it that we would custom make one for Dalmatians. Like it would be dotted just like a Dalmatian.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Now, they did not go through with making these kennels. He said it was a really fun, creative process, though, and we thought it was a pretty good idea.
Well, that is I don't know that I would. Yeah, I don't know. Is he good luck, Keith Richards? Is he good luck or bad luck? Because anything Paul McCartney does, oh, yeah, I want to be part of that.
Yeah.
Keith seems a little bit dicey to me.
I don't know. He's doing okay.
Yeah, but he's been really seriously injured by a coconut falling from a tree. Do you happen to know the odds of that?
Yeah, it's 1 in 64,000.
I can't believe you totally knew, but you did. But it seems really weird that you go into business with the guy that got hurt. Do you know there was over 100 or maybe even 1,000 years of death from coconuts falling on your head? I don't know what this has to make in dog pounds.
So maybe stick to music and pirate movies.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
That they did together.
Yeah.
Did you know that Paul McCartney was in the most recent pirate movie?
I heard that,
yeah. It was pretty good, too. I think he could have been better served by being something else. But.
And John Legend yesterday won an Emmy, making him one of very few people who has an EGOT. They have won a Grammy, a Tony, an Oscar. What did I miss? The Emmy?
That's what I missed.
He gave...
They should make like a sentence or something or find some way to change EGOT. I didn't even want an EGOT. Who wants an
Emmy?
EGOT? Yeah.
What do you want?
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. EGOT.
Right. But think of the word. You should get a better, more a more lovely and graceful word than EGOT.
He gave...
Who has herpes? EGOT. Herpes right over there. EGOT.
John Legend gave an interview over the weekend.
About his herpes?
And said Kanye West is serious about running for president.
Who said this now?
John Legend
What's he
talking
know?
about
He's got
his
an EGOT.
close friend Kanye, and said he is very serious about running for president. He has said it multiple times. He didn't tell me which party. I have a feeling he would run as an independent. He said he really likes being friends with Donald Trump. I think it's because he sees aspects of himself in Donald Trump, and that Trump winning makes him feel like he could too.
Well, he's wrong, I hope. Because if this was an election before now, I'd have gone, you guys, let's vote for him. It'll be super
It'll be
funny.
fun. Yeah, like we did.
But then we did that, and look what happened. Don't get around your vote. It's not all Jesse Ventura, ladies and gentlemen.
It'll be funny. It'll be good fodder for the show. Let's do it.
Exactly. We'll get to talk about it at length.
A Cirque du Soleil performance in Redmond ended abruptly when a hose on a hydraulic system broke and sprayed audience members with vegetable oil.
So a guy's on the trapeze. He starts, what happened now? Got nervous halfway through that.
There was an equipment malfunction.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Go to hims.com if that happens.
Audience members say liquid shot from the stage and went back multiple rows. The people on stage began slipping. Cirque du Soleil said audience members will be reimbursed.
What about their cleaning bills?
Yeah, they should probably be on the hook for those too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can you imagine you're out Cirque du Soleil and next thing you know, you're covered in vegetable
I'm actually
oil?
going, I think, Saturday.
Oh, it's a nice night out. But not when you get shot with hydraulic fluid.
No.
CBS says longtime CEO Les Moonves has resigned just hours.
So what you're saying is they got a little less Moonves.
He resigned just hours after more sexual harassment allegations involving the network's longtime leader surfaced. We had expected this to happen today, but it happened last night instead. The article about this came out on Friday. And Les Moonves, talking with CBS, said, okay, let's figure this out. This was all supposed to happen later this afternoon, but it happened last night. Les Moonves says resignation effective immediately. And CBS said in a statement, $20 million would be paid immediately in support of the Me Too movement. The donation will be deducted from any severance benefits that will be due to Les Moonves.
Which are, by the way, over 100 million.
Yeah. So he's still going to walk with 80 plus million.
Plus the 100 he's already got, maybe more. He'll be all right.
He's not getting anything until the independent investigation into his conduct is completed. The rumor is he is due about 100 million. Will he get that? We don't know.
Well, he won't get 20 of it. They're giving that away right now. Which, by the way, good because the movement deserves it, but it makes it seem like we're paying because of his behavior, and they're not. They don't have any checks or balances on his behavior yet. About him, you can't prove it, but I'm going to give $100 million to cancer. Oh, well, okay, that's sweet.
Yeah, the latest information is pretty damning. The first round, I can't remember what his exact quotes were, but something like it was a different time. You know, like some of the older people have said things like, well, you used to be able to just smack your waitress on the behind.
You did.
And
my dad used to do it. He used to drive us crazy. And he'd call them my dear, and he'd put his hand on their hand, and we all hated it.
Yeah, I bet. I bet they hated it.
They didn't act like they hated it.
Richard Simmons has launched Richard Simmons Sweatin' Shop online, and
it's a sweatshop?
Oh, that's hysterical.
Is it really?
It's place where you can find classic and new Richard Simmons merchandise, sweating with the oldies. A lot of people have said, we can't find this stuff anymore.
You can't find him anymore.
Yeah, and you're still not going to see him. They said he's opened the shop. He will be selling the goods, but do not expect to see him.
You can buy like VHS copies of his Sweating to the Oldies.
Yep. This is Friends of Richard, called Friends of Richard, and they are going to be selling all his stuff, but they said
it was originally called I Love Dick, but they said, no, it's Richard is his full name. Let's use that.
70 and retired is what they said Richard Simmons is.
Of course, he's tired. He's been sweating to the oldies
since
50 years now.
1971 or some such thing.
Longtime Project Runway stars Heidi Klum and Tim Gunn are leaving the show for a new Amazon series. The 45-year-old model and 65-year-old fashion consultant will not return when Project Runway returns to Bravo.
I like that guy. Tim Gunn?
Yeah,
I think he's neat.
17th season will go on without them. Instead, they are going to develop, produce, and star in a new fashion reality show for Amazon Prime.
Very nice.
HBO has renewed its comedies Ballers and Insecure for a 5th and 4th season, respectively.
Never seen the latter, but the former is a very good show.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Insecure, but it, along with Ballers, just started their new seasons on the 12th and renewed already. Y'all remember the 90s show Party of Five?
Yeah, I love that show.
Do you remember that? It seems like I remember it.
That's
What's it
where
about?
you found Jennifer Love Hewitt and
Boy,
Nev
did I ever.
Campbell. This was a show that was about the 5 siblings fighting to stay together after their parents were killed in a car crash.
It's a sitcom.
It was a great show. It was a drama, family
It was originally
drama.
called Mom's Dead. That's not a good way to go.
It ran from 94 to 2000, and the word is it's now getting a reboot, and the new version will be about the Buendias children who are left to look after each other when their mother and father are deported to Mexico.
Yep. Saw that coming a mile away.
When I said Buenditas.
No, just that a version of shows would be coming on around, whether they'd be serious or comedy.
Family separation.
George Lopez is involved in something like this. Because that man is a very proud American / Mexican. He really likes being a Mexican and doesn't like it when doesn't think that everybody's getting a fair shake. So I'm surprised he's not behind this.
The horror movie The Nun has topped the domestic box office in its first weekend, scoring a best for the Conjuring franchise. This film brought in $53.5 million, which is pretty impressive for a horror movie.
Yeah. Was it rated R?
I do believe.
I think so.
No, could it be rated R, bringing in that much loot?
I don't know. It's a lot
Watch
of
The
money.
Nun, make it a habit. I like that.
It does look super scary. All the Conjuring movies look super scary.
It is rated R. Yeah, that's a big payday for
It's a big payday.
That's
rated R horror movie.
huge. Well, it knocked off Crazy Rich Asians and let's see, The Nun first, Crazy Rich Asians second. The Jennifer Garner revenge movie Peppermint opened in third.
Opened in third. That's not good. Although, it might be because it looks incredibly stupid that it opened in third.
Which one? I haven't
It's
seen
the one where
it.
she hangs drug cartel peoples that she has murdered upside down on a Ferris wheel. And they go, "You think that little old housewife did this?" And they said, "You don't." And everybody goes, "Woo."
Really?
Yeah.
Woo.
Let's see. The Nun, by the way, 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. Why can't what is this one called? Peppermint? I'm not even seeing that. Derek, do you know what it's got at Rotten Tomatoes? Peppermint.
I don't think it was good.
All right. Well said, man.
Let's see. The Meg 4th and the movie Searching came in 5th place.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I'm out. Oh, and Paul jumped in.
Peppermint, 14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ouch.
That's not good.
It's not good.
No, that's not good.
Why name your movie after the worst piece of candy in your bowl?
I love peppermint
You
candy.
like peppermint candy?
Yeah, so good.
You
I like
probably also like
peppermint
peppermint patty.
Yum.
Yeah.
Hey, you like your little lesbian cartoons? Have at it. Everybody knows she's out.
That took a weird turn.
She is now.
No, she's out. There's a whole thing. Peppermint patty's gay.
Let's take a look at sports.
Sports.
Sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Damn right.
We had a big series against the Yankees.
Yeah.
We won 1 of 3.
Oh, we should have won more.
We should have.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
We didn't. When I walk by to get to work, we have to walk by other radio stations, which I don't care for, by the way. And you see large hulking man weeping.
You don't
go,
care
"Oh,
for
we
walking
lost
or
we
the
lost."
radio
I'm
stations?
sorry, what?
You don't care for the radio stations or for walking?
Or walking past other radio stations.
Walking past other radio stations.
Okay. And they
He was crying?
Never mind. I said it wrong.
The Mariners are off today. Padres come
Day
to
off.
town. First pitch is at 7:10 to Mario. It's possible that somebody at our sister station was crying over the Seahawks loss yesterday.
They were giant people. I even said that to him. I said, if you weren't so giant, I would mock you. And he looked at me and I went, well, I'm out.
It was a tough game. It's always hard playing at Broncos Stadium, Mile High Stadium, because
hard to breathe.
It's hard to breathe.
Yeah, and there's another football team there. That's always
That's
a
true.
problem.
A pretty decent one.
Well, we did see some good output from Will Dissly, Chris Carson, Tyler Lockett, but they came up short, a 27-24 loss to the Broncos.
Could they not make that field goal?
Janikowski, it was pretty surprising to see him miss 2.
2.
You know, when they said, "Oh, you can have a do-over," and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's got this." But
and same miss, if you ask me, if memory serves.
Far
It was like
left.
this crazy miss, like by a mile, and then he did it again.
Yep. Up next, Monday Night Football, 1 week from today, the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears, who lost shockingly to Green Bay last night, a very exciting Sunday Night Football game. Most experts are saying the Bears are going to be pretty decent this year, which is a big change from years past.
I lived there in Chicago when they won the Super Bowl, and we're looking for a repeat. And they invented that song, the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Oh, yeah.
I have never seen. Now, I've never been a great big sports fan, but I'm working there, and I got to talk about the teams and stuff like that. And they did a thing called the Super Bowl Shuffle. I believe it was a hit.
Yeah.
Like if you went to the record store, you get it, and you'd see people on the street doing it. I couldn't believe it. That's a big. That's the third largest city in America, and people were doing the Super Bowl Shuffle.
You'll still see periodically people do it as a touchdown dance.
Yeah.
Because it's fun and
I don't remember
nostalgic.
how it goes. I don't remember how's it sound? The Super Bowl Shuffle.
I just remember those great sunglasses, like super 80s sunglasses they all wear.
Do, 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 do,
No,
do,
that
do.
wasn't it.
That's a different song.
All right.
Do the shuffle. No.
I don't remember how it went, but that sounds like it would make sense.
Yeah. Doug Baldwin suffered a sprained MC.
MC Hammer. He sprained his MC Hammer.
I just have to.
Can't
I just
touch
have
this.
to say, you were hoping Derek would find that song for you, were you not? I was kind of hoping.
I was
he would.
hoping.
Yeah, I was hoping.
I was thinking that's what the guy would do.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Doug Baldwin suffered a sprained MCL in his right knee in the first quarter. Now, according to Pete Carroll, no timeline on how long he'll be out.
No, he'll be back in next week.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. We need him.
Yeah, it can often sideline a player for a month or more.
No.
Nah,
Yeah.
4 hours.
Walk it off, Doug
Walk it
Baldwin.
off.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers did it last night.
Aaron Rodgers totally did, although I don't know
Yeah.
what's wrong with him in the first place. But I watched him get squished. And they said there's a 350-pound dude crushing him. So I saw that part, and I was pretty impressed with the guy. But here's my thinking, especially if it were me. Oh, I'm not hurt. Pretend you're hurt and come back. That's what I would do.
Be the
And win
hero.
the game, yeah.
Utah beat North Dakota 45-3. Up next, the Huskies face Utah 7 p.m. next Saturday. WSU beat San Jose State 31-0. Up next for them Saturday, Eastern Washington 5 p.m. The Storm, they are looking fantastic, leading the WNBA Finals 2-0. Game 3 Wednesday night at 5.
Nice.
And in the U.S. Open, Novak Djokovic beat Juan Martín del Potro in straight of Japan, beat Serena Williams in straight sets, and won for the women. And sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY. That is 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Tomorrow, big show coming up, Danny. We are playing the C word again.
Thank God for that. Sarah.
The C word. You could win a pair of tickets and food vouchers for crafts and cars happening this Saturday at the Evergreen Speedway. Get it? C? Crafts? Cars?
No, we got it.
Yeah.
7:20, 7:50. I'll give you a filthy forecast. It's going to be wet.
Oh, because it's raining outside. That makes sense.
I got that immediately. What do you think, you dirty pervert?
I know you're too busy thinking about your
I am
friends.
not. I am not. Do what I say. Listen to KZOK and don't be hating. Listen to Slayton.
I like that.
So eat
Wow.
me.
If
I
you
mean,
would have been doing the Super Bowl shuffle while you said
but
that.
nobody knows what the Super Bowl shuffle sounds like.
Well, they call me sweetness, and I like to dance. Running the ball is like
Jumping my pants.
We had the goal since training camp to give Chicago a Super Bowl champ.
Yeah.
So this was everywhere in Chicago, and crazy tattoos.
bet.
It was out of control. But kind of, because I didn't get it at all. What year was this? Like
85?
85? What the hell am I doing in Chicago? I don't even think I'm on the radio yet.
No,
Till
but you were still
88.
living
Well, I
there?
was a guest. No, I was never living there until they hired me. But I was a guest of some DJs that thought it was funny that I kept going to jail because disc jockeys suck as people. Anyway, now you know the facts. So anyway, stick around with us. Steve Slayton is coming in. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.